Hi everyone! Today I'll show you how to manipulate strings. I introduced string type in an earlier video, so let's try to remember what strings are. So a string is a sequence of case-sensitive characters, and we can assign a string value to a variable using the assignment operator. We can compare strings using the comparison operators such as the equality or is equal, and not inequality using not equal. And here there is also a function we call that len, which we can be used to get the length of the string or to get the number of characters in the string. So the syntax for len is the keyword len followed by the string inside parentheses. So let's say we have this example, the string variable s here, and we have the string value ABC. So this ABC string is assigned to the variable s, or we can say that s binds to ABC, the string ABC. And then to get the length of s, the syntax is len, and then here we put s here. The string, it may be a variable, it may be just the string value. We can put ABC here. So this has to be a string, and then this evaluates to 3 because there are 3 characters in the string that s is bound to. We can get the value at a certain point, or we call it index, at a certain point or position or index in the string. So we can do that using indexing, and we use the square brackets in programming, or in Python we use square brackets to access an element or a character in the string. So for example, we have again s is assigned the string ABC. So here indexing is a way to refer to an element or a character in a string. So for now we can think of it as string, but later on we will discuss about it in a more general way when we discuss list. So here indexing, if we start from left to right, the index starts with 0, which is actually the convention. We often refer to strings using this indexing method. So from 0 up to the end of the string, left to right. However, in Python, we can also access the element or use indexing starting from the last element of the string. For example, here, -1, or the last element of the string, is always assigned the index -1. So from right to left, we start with -1, and then -2, -3, up to the first element of the or first character of the string. Here, given this example, s with inside square bracket 0 evaluates to a. So it's s index 0 is a. It's like that. And then s index 1 is b, and s index 2 is 3. S index 3, so there's no more index 3 because we just have indices 0 to 2. So this one will result, or will evaluate to an error because we're trying to index a index a value which is already out of the bound of the sequence or of the string sequence. And then here S index of -1 is the last character of the string, so it evaluates to C. And S index -2 is the second to the last, it evaluates to B here. And then S index -3 evaluates to A. So this one is what we call indexing. And we can also access or refer to substrings or subsequence in a string. We can let's say we can get the value of a part of the whole string. We can get values, let's say every the characters every one hop, so every other character in the string, we can also do that. So we call that slicing. Slicing, the syntax for string slicing is this one. Inside the square brackets, we have the start, colon, stop, colon, and step. In Python, you probably notice that this is very much similar with the syntax or format of the range in for loop. So start, stop, and step. So if we are given only two numbers, that means it's a start, colon, stop, and step by default is 1. We can also omit all the numbers, but we have to put colons like this one. So let's go through this example. Let's say we have this string value A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and this is assigned to the variable S. Or again, we say in Python that S binds to this string object A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So the index of the indices of this of the elements in this string is here in red font from 0 up to 7. Always remember that the indexing starts from 0 if from left to right. And if you're accessing or manipulating from right to left, indexing starts from -1. So here in this example, S 3 colon 6 means that the start is 3 and you stop at here 6. So this one evaluates to DEF 0, 1, 2, 3 and up to, so DEF, so 6 minus 1. And it's the same as, since the default for step is 1, it's same like this. So you jump by, let's say, 1, 1. And on the next example, 3, 6, 2, here we get, this evaluates to DF because you skip one character because the increment or the step size is 2. And the third example, we have 2 colons inside the square brackets. This evaluates to the whole string. So it's the same as saying that you start at 0, you end at the length of S, and then the step size is, or the step is 1. And then here, in the next example, fourth example, we have here -1 for the step. This evaluates to H, G, F, E, D, B, C, A. I think I made a slight mistake. This should be C, B, A. All right. So this should be CBA because this evaluates to, it's like reversing the string. So this is the same as you start at -1 and then up to the negative of the length, up to the leftmost character, and the step is -1. So this should be CBA. And the last example, we start at 4 and end with 1, and the step is -2. This evaluates to EC. So this one is slicing, string slicing. Although we can use string slicing to get the values or the substring values of a string, we have to remember that in Python, strings are immutable. For now, let's define immutable as an object that cannot be modified. So for here, the string object cannot be modified. We cannot change the elements or the characters in a string variable. So later on, I will discuss or talk about immutable objects deeper. But for now, let's keep in mind that if we say an object is immutable, it means that it cannot be modified in Python. So let's say we have this example hello, and we assign this to the variable s. Changing the first element or the first character of the string s, if we like this one, we assign y to the first element of s, this one gives an error. So this is not possible. Take note that in other languages this is possible, but in Python this is not possible. So here, if we want to do that, if we want s to mean YELLO, we have to do this third line of code. So here we assign to s the string y plus the LOELLO part of the string s. So we concatenate these two. We concatenate y with ELLO and then bind it to the variable s, or assign it to the variable s. Therefore, this one is a new object which is bound to s. So, oops, I made a mistake. This should be s. Okay, please change that one. This should be s. So let's say we have here s, and originally it is bound to hello, and then we created yellow and then transferred radius or s rather to yellow. So that's what happens, and we cannot actually change each character here in the string object. So that's the meaning of immutable. We have to create another string object and bind it to a variable. Please correct this. This should be s. So we can manipulate strings, each element of the string, by going through the string or every element of the string using loop. So let's try to remember how to use the for loop in what do you call this, in Python. So this the for loop has in Python a loop variable that iterates over a set of values. We did some examples earlier that let's say for var, a variable in range 4, this means that variable or this loop, this for loop iterates over the values 1, 2, 3. And then for every iteration, var gets the value of each one from 0 to 3. Here, var iterates, in the second example, var iterates over the values 4 and 5. But then in Python, for iterates through a set of values or numbers using the range, but then is not limited to just numbers or integers. So in Python, the for loop variable can iterate over any set of values, including characters. That's why here, let's say we have this example. This two, the first 4 and the second 4 here at the bottom, they do the same thing. But you will notice that here we iterate through the from 0 up to the length of the string. So the end of the last character of the string. So we use an index to refer or to get the value of an element in the string. We use indexing. However, here in the bottom example, in the second example or second for loop, we iterate for car in S. So we refer, we iterate by referring to each character in the string. So each element in the string. So we get one character, first character, second character, third character, and so on. So this method of going through the elements of a string, they say is more Pythonic, because this is actually one of the strengths of Python, of the for loop in Python. So they actually prefer this if you code in Python. But then this one is a more general way of doing it, of going through every element in the string. And let's take a look at this sample program. So let's say this program prints a word with all vowels changed to the number 1, or to the character 1 rather. So we have the vowels here, and then we request for input, and then we use while. If we use while here, we start with 0, index 0, and then we refer to, we get the value stored in index 0, and so on. So a more programmer-friendly and more readable way of doing this is by using for loop. And if we use for loop, we don't have to put numeric indices, or we won't have to do indexing in this manner. So we can just loop through every character in the word, every element in the sequence of characters which we call the word. So, and then take note of this one. I put here in this example a way of printing a string that does not end with a new line character, meaning if this is executed twice, printing will be side by side. So it will be, let's say, here a blah, blah, and then um, the answer would be side by side instead of line by line. That's all for today. Try to do the exercises and I hope you enjoy them. Have a nice day.